I swear, like everything here must have been.
Hi, my name is Phoenix. I'm a writer, director, editor, actor, and cameraman, and I built my own universe. It all pretty much started, I think, when I was about 6. I had my cousin Cyrus. He's my cousin, but pretty much like brothers. We grew up with each other. We were a really big fan of Mushy Monsters, so we would buy like these Mushy Monster toys and pack them up, and then we do like those little unboxings and we'd upload them to YouTube. And we made like about 50 Mushy Monster videos. Made like a Mushy Monsters YouTube channel. I remember Cyrus one day uploaded a FIFA video on that YouTube channel, and yeah, I was not happy about that. I called him up. I was like 8 years old and started like yelling at him like, it's a Mushy Monsters channel, it's not FIFA. So it all really started with Cyrus, and we grew old and we still made videos together. And yeah, he's like a brother to me, so I appreciate that from him. Where it all really started was with my cousin. About 10 years ago, I made my first ever YouTube video, which was a video of my cat Bob. I got Bob, he was just lying down, and I was watching these Lego figures online, and I wanted to make my own one, so I got 2 Lego figures. I put them next to Bob, and I was like, I called it, the video was like The Curse of the Giant Cat, I think. I was about 9 or 8 at the time, and pretty much just did like this really bad skit with Bob, where like these 2 Lego figures were trying to steal like a piece of gold from Bob's stomach. I made like 2 of those videos. I did like all these toy reviews, and you can even see Bob in the background in that. Because when I was younger, well, still now, I have autism, Asperger's. Not many people know that, but quite younger, it was quite bad for me. And about 3 years old, I remember the day my mum actually bought me Bob, my cat. About 3 years old, I remember the day I got him, and like I think he kind of just helped me like calm down my Asperger's, and like he was like, because I didn't really fit in with people at school. I didn't really have any friends. So like I looked at Bob, and even though he's a cat, I think I thought of him like as like my brother. So I did video after video with him. And yeah, he slept on my bed every single night, and it's quite sad because literally, like 2 or 3 days ago, after 16 years, we sadly had to like put him down, which was quite sad. And I remember going to the vet with him, yeah, holding him in my hand. It was really tough. So we put him on the desk in the vet. And I was just like holding his head, and like I could just see his eyes just like slowly close, and like as his eyes were closing, it's just like all the memories of like the last 16 years, all the videos and everything to do with him, like as his eyes were slowly closing, they just all like kind of flashed before my eyes. Then all of a sudden, yeah, he's gone. Shit. It is sad. Yeah, it is really sad, because he really did help me grow to get over my really bad autism and that. So yeah, I always treasure that memory of him, so I always know that it started with him. After doing those really bad Lego and Mushy Monster videos, I kept growing and kept making more videos, and then I got my first paycheck from YouTube, and I was a bit gassed. Bought a few things. And so ever since I got that paycheck, I've just been going hard out on YouTube, and let's just say like I just do a lot of dumb stuff on YouTube, just the dumbest things you can think of. I get paid for it though, so if I get paid to do dumb stuff, hey, I'm cool with that. So when it came with YouTube, I wanted to up the level. I wanted to change it up, not just for YouTube, but just for myself. So I actually remember one day I sat down and I wrote a bunch of goals I wanted to do, like skydiving, and obviously pass my exams. My mum would have made me write that down. I did all of them, except skydive, and maybe 1 or 2 exams. But one of the things I wrote down was I want to make a short film. And I remember thinking to myself, I want to make a short film. And I did speak to a few people. No one would help me. No one would fund it. Like, no one, you know, because I'm just this kid who does bad YouTube videos, so obviously no one's going to help me. But then I remember sitting down writing those goals and looking over my shoulder and seeing my camera, and then looking back and having a thought and just thinking to myself, I might just do it myself. And so I called up Nick. I said, hey Nick, do you want to be in a short film I'm making? He said yes.
Hi, my name is Nick, and I played Bobby Samuels in both How Fast movies. My reaction wasn't really anything too exciting. It was just kind of more of a, sweet, yeah, sure, hang out with my mates. Some food was involved in most of the filming as well.
I guess he
was
just
a good vibe.
I remember one day I was watching Fast and Furious, and I wanted the film to be about race cars, so I named it How Fast, so I could like be about how fast can this race car drive. I wrote the script and I put all over social media how fast. I would like put like the question how fast everywhere. And then I realized I don't have access to race cars and I can't drive because I was 15 at the time. So I kept the title How Fast, and we made a different film in the script, but we kept the name How Fast.
When he first told me the title of the film, I thought it was a piss take of the Fast and Furious series. And he kind of advertised it at the beginning as being a race car movie. But we're quite young back then, we didn't really drive cars. So it didn't really work out. I know, just a good bloke. Being quite good friends for each other for a few years now and growing up to each other. Yeah.
And I actually thought Nick was going to say no. I thought he would have been too embarrassed. But I was a really small YouTube channel at the time, and I don't think he thought anyone would have seen it. So I think that's why he joined. I'm really glad he did though, because Nick is like a brother to me. So I'm glad I just had like my brothers to be a part of me to help me with this film.
I'd go join, hang out with mates, eat food, hang out with mates again, get some experience in the whole YouTube area.
I remember when I asked Cyrus if he wanted to be in the film, he pretty much just told me that he didn't want to speak, he didn't want to be seen, so he came up with this genius idea to cover up his face with a beanie and to also just scream in the camera. And he described it as if it's like a Rocket Raccoon and Groot vibe relationship in Guardians of the Galaxy, where like only Rocket can understand his language. So Cyrus, who he gave himself the name Mad Mike, just screamed and just made noises, and only I could understand him. Yo, what's up, bro? How about you introduce yourself real quick?
Yo, what's up, guys? Cyrus. I play Mad Mike in How Fast.
What's your earliest memory like filming with me when we were younger?
There's a couple memories. I'll probably say the PNC show. We used to just do that at our nana's house, a little TV show, just the Phoenix and Cyrus show, which I don't even remember what we did, but it was so good.
Why did you decide to be in How Fast?
I'm pretty sure we were just down at your house, and we were just bored, so I'm pretty sure Phoenix wanted to do a video, and just, may as well get off the PS4 for a little bit.
How did the character Mad Mike even come about? Because you're the one who created him.
I think pretty much just didn't want to be shown just live on YouTube, so I was like, I'm not saying anything.
So like, what do I mean to you? Like, what does Phoenix mean to you in your life?
Mate, Phoenix is my brother.
Alright, shot, bro. I love you, man. So How Fast released, it was great. Everybody loved it. Got a lot of people at school telling me about it, which was weird. But it was all positive things, and I decided to write a script for another film. The film was called How Fast, This Is My World. That's what How Fast 2 was originally supposed to be called. And I finished the script. But it came into like around mid 2017. Yeah, things got very heated in my life. A lot of people, like, just a lot. It's hard to explain, but basically they were just people just pushing me down and dragging me down, and yeah, I was not happy in 2017. I took the script for How Fast 2. I remember going to the bathroom one day just freaking out because I just didn't want to do this anymore. I grabbed the script for How Fast 2, went to the bathroom. I just destroyed the script, just ripped it apart. I didn't want anything to do with it. Threw it in the bin, wanted nothing to do with it. Something a lot of people have no idea about is like 2017, like I was like very depressed. Like I hurt myself at one point during the year, and that's something no one really knows about, and that's something I feel comfortable explaining, but yeah, I hurt myself. It's like on my arm. I was just not happy. It was a terrible year for me. So I got rid of the script, and it was one day I just had like a wake-up call or something. I didn't know what it was. So I realized one day that I'm just going to be kept getting pushed down and down until I'm nothing. So I said, all right, screw that. I'm going to go on my laptop. I'm going to pour all my real-life emotions and struggles, and I'm going to put it into a movie script. I was going to put it into How Fast 2. I was going to bring that script back, but I was going to rewrite the whole thing. I put my real life, like mental illnesses and depression, I put so much real stuff that happened in my life into the script. I remember finishing the script and like looking back at it, and I was typing the title of the film. I looked back and the title was How Fast the Scarlet, and I knew that this film was going to define who I am, and it was going to essentially be probably the greatest thing I probably do, just because of how much real stuff I put in it. So I was really looking forward to getting this one out. So when 2018 hit, obviously I brought back Nick from the first film. Obviously Cyrus was keen, and I actually had a new camera this time, so the quality would be a lot better. The quality and the sound would be, yeah, a lot better than the first film.
Coming back to film the second one, wasn't too excited, but I don't know, came to some deals and made it good fun in the end, and don't regret it.
Throughout the film there are a lot of scenes. So my character's name is Ryder Austin, and throughout the film you can see Ryder Austin struggling with depression and that. Obviously there was a scene where the scene got cut out. It got re-released in an extended cut earlier this year, but there was a scene where he cut his hand. There was also a scene in the film that made it in where Ryder Austin is pointing a gun at his head. Obviously that part, that never happened to me, but it was the thoughts that, like all those real thoughts that happened to me. So I wanted this film to be real, so I put all my thoughts that were going through my head, and I put it into this film, made it more real. And so Ryder Austin almost kills himself like twice in this film, and that's like very similar to thoughts I was having. So I wanted this film to be real, so that's why I put all that in. Something about this film that I was really excited about was I brought my friend Elia in. Elia was going to play the villain.
Your name's Nico, right?
Hi, my name's Elia Tanisic-Fihima. I play Oze in How Fast. My reaction was, I was curious because I didn't know what he meant, and I never filmed anything before. I also thought it would be kind of fun, like 3 of us doing stuff together.
His job was to pretty much make sure he kills people. So there is this empire, this person who rules a lot of people. This person is called the Devil. The Devil hires hitmen. The devil hires killers to kill people. The devil hired Jose, who's played by Ilya, to kill Nick's character, Bobby Samuels.
Little drainage scene, I just had to run through some water. It was pretty late, it wasn't too bad. But that's the scene that I was most known for in that second filming. But yeah, it was still good fun. Phoenix, like his director in this film, he was a bit more onto it. Got a script this time, actual like bit of paper and whole thing, which was quite interesting. He bought more props, some decent like outfits in it, hence the silver scene running with the orange jumpsuit. Yeah, he didn't have the hockey sticks, was a little bit weird though. I don't agree with that bit, but it's Phoenix, a little bit strange with his whole stuff, but that was good.
Obviously my character managed to get away. There was this necklace that Bobby Samuels wanted to give his sister, so Ryder Austin delivered the necklace.
It was challenging at some points because we had to, for some of the stunts, we had to do things that involved physical pain.
For about 5 seconds. 10 seconds, right?
Go!
3, go! Go!
I thought you hit me first.
Go!
When it came to filming, it was a lot more real. There were parts where me and Ilya would have to fight, and I remember physically asking Ilya, just hit me, just punch me as hard as you can, like I don't care if I get bruises, just punch me, like I don't care, I want it to be real. And so me and Ilya got into some fights in the city, you know, in a car park, in the mud, in the forest. We were just, there was no directing in those scenes. It was just, Nick or Darcy or whoever was filming, just make sure you film me and Ilya fighting. And it would just be me and Ilya running at each other, just punching each other, just fighting each other, which we laughed about. It was funny, it was fun.
Phoenix was a good person to work with. He took our concerns seriously, like when we had to fight, for example, and we didn't want to get punched, he changed up the scenes or did some Photoshop around it. It was fun. We went to different locations, did different stuff together. It was fun doing the stunts.
The film itself, though, when it released, I was quite scared because obviously all my real life emotions and feelings were going to be in this film. And so I was quite worried for it to release, what people would say. And then it released on December 28th, 2018, and everyone just loved it. Like, I got comments from everyone, and people coming at me from school, telling me all about it, saying how good it was, and yeah, it was quite emotional. I remember the day it released, I went to the movie, I went with Nick, I think we watched Aquaman, and I came out of the cinema and my phone was buzzing from like reactions from this film. So it was quite cool to see all that people were actually enjoying it. I thought people would hate it, but the fact that people enjoyed it is, yeah, it was nice. It was a nice feeling. And so I realized when this film came out, it was a success for me. Everyone loved it. I wanted to do more, but I didn't want to just do like a straight away to How Fast 3. I wanted to do a quick little Marvel Studios and just do spin-off and just more and more films. So I decided to take one of the characters from this film and give them their own film. I didn't want to do a character, like a film on my character. Obviously Nick's character was dead, so I decided to do a film on my friend Ilya and his character Jose.
2 seconds and then clap at least for another 2 seconds and pull it up.
And go.
So obviously moving into 2019, I wanted to go bigger and better than How Fast the Scarlet. So we did Jose, which was a spin-off of the villain from the last film. But it wasn't set after How Fast the Scarlet, it was set about 9 months beforehand. In How Fast the Scarlet, Jose, played by Ilya, he's a criminal, he's a villain, he wants to kill people. But when you watch this film, you realize that he was forced into it, and he has a family, and he doesn't want to hurt people. You'll watch How Fast and be like, Jose's a villain. You'll watch Jose and you'll be like, he's not really a villain, he's a good guy.
Jose goes more in depth about his issues and the killing, and talks about his brother. I would say they brought me closer to Phoenix because we interacted more together. We also spent more time together.
So I needed to show that Jose had a family. So I brought in my good friend Blaine to play Jose's brother. And Blaine said he's never acted before, but that's a lie. He's definitely done acting before. Because as soon as the first thing he films like a basketball scene, yeah, nah, he knows how to act, he's lying. He's really good. He was probably the best actor out of all of us.
When you mentioned Xavier and Blaine, I thought it was good because I wanted to work with them. I also wanted to see how their acting was.
And of course, along with Blaine, we had to bring in someone else. And so I brought in my good friend Xavier.
Hi, my name's Xavier. I play Ezekiel and Jose. I was a bit skeptical since it was something outside of my comfort zone, but I just wanted to help a friend out.
Even very recently in both our lives, we both had very similar situations happen to us. Different situations, different times, but both very similar to each other. So we were both there for each other, and I think it actually brought me and Xavier closer together. Xavier is someone who I would consider like a real brother to me. All these guys are like brothers to me. I don't just find people in the streets and be like, can you be in my film? I actually ask people like Nick, Blaine, Ilya, Cyrus, Xavier, who are actually brothers to me, and I get them to be in films with me. I don't just ask random strangers. So it was really great to have them on board. The thing about Xavier is halfway through filming, he went to Canada and he lost a bet or something and he shaved off all his hair, and we weren't finished filming his scenes yet. So I can't just have him at one point have long hair and the next point he has really short hair. So I had to put a hat on him whenever he'd come back to film scenes. So if you see a scene if he's got a beanie on or like a hood on, that's because he's shaved his hair off.
The situation was with my hair was I was overseas at the time, and I lost a bet. My cousin asked me how many likes for you to shave your head, and I was like, I think 1,000 or something, and he got those 1,000 likes. So the next day we were at the barber and I had to shave my head.
I actually sent Blaine, Ilya, and Xavier the script. They said they'd read it. They didn't. They didn't read it. And we got to a point where we were supposed to film a scene, and I'm looking at the guys. All right, I sent you the script the other day. You guys ready to film? Xavier comes up to me. Can I see the script real quick? I haven't read it yet.
Shit. Why does it say left? Luke left. Is that his last name?
What?
No. Oh, do I say they left?
Yeah.
No, Luke left. No, to the left. No, I am Luke.
Luke, that's your name.
Luke takes off.
That's your name.
Luke leaves, right?
I didn't really read the script, so I couldn't be bothered, honestly. So I just read it 2 minutes before, and I didn't like what he said really in it because it wasn't a reflection of my personality. So I kind of changed it up.
Why is your brother such a fucking cunt?
Yeah, he's just lonely, you know.
He's a lot more professional instead of in school and he's joking around, so he takes this stuff serious. So I had to kind of take it serious as well because that's kind of like his craft.
That's the thing about us filming. It's not like it's full-on professional. We grab a camera, we see what days people are free to meet up, and we just meet up and we just film. We don't always have to stick to the script. Obviously Xavier changed up a few lines, which is perfectly fine. So it was good fun. There was one moment that I would never ever forget. It was an elevator scene. We got Blaine's character and Ilya's character talking in a car park, and then Xavier's character, who's named Ezekiel, he was supposed to come up in an elevator and meet Blaine and Ilya, and he did come up in an elevator, but unfortunately he came up in an elevator with like 4 other strangers, and so the elevator door is open, and there's me standing there with a big camera and microphone pointed straight at the strangers as they enter the elevator. So that was a really awkward moment. And at the end of this film, from How Fast the Scarlet, there were like hints at, like I said before, a devil. At the end of this film, you get like your first glimpse at the devil. That's the devil. The devil, because in How Fast the Scarlet, obviously, Jose was a killer. In this film, Jose, we learn how Jose and the devil met. and why Jose had to work with the devil to kill people. So it's really a story about how Jose went from being a family man with his brother and his parents to, unfortunately, being forced to kill people. And that's where Jose goes in How Fast is Scarlet, is he tries to kill people when he doesn't want to kill people. So when it came to this year, 2020, this year I think was going to be the year of me and my little brother, Ryder.
That's when you fall to the ground.
I have been making videos of Ryder for too long. We have made so many videos together. I made so many good memories of him. I have like 3 sisters and 1 brother. And Ryder's my first sibling, my oldest brother, he's 9.
Can we stop in at Macca's?
No, we can't stop at Macca's.
I want Macca's. They'll go the frick to Macca's, or she's gonna get a beating.
He means the world to me. Even though he can, oh, he's just a pain, really. I still love him though, he's a good pain.
Do you think I'm made of money? This whole thing is rigged.
Phoenix, they're my favourite things.
You do this because it's rigged.
But I did want to help my little brother make a movie, and we went with another spin-off, and it was a spin-off about my character from How Fast is Scarlet, which is Ryder Austin. But I did think about it for a while, and I said, what if I made my character from How Fast his own film, and we could do flashback scenes of a younger version of me? So my little brother actually plays a younger version of Ryder Austin. Obviously I play the older version.
Hi, I'm Ryder Johnson. I play the little version of Ryder Austin, an imagination enthusiast. When I found out I was playing a younger version of my brother, I was excited and a little nervous.
It's about Ryder trying to find the devil, the person who killed Bobby Sanders, because obviously he wants revenge. But being in mind, Ryder Austin's still he's depressed, as we learned from the last film. So when it came to this film, I needed to take something away from Ryder Austin to give him that urge to really fight. I couldn't just have him all of a sudden, oh, I'm gonna go kill the devil. I needed to take something away from him. And I didn't want to do this, but I brought in Cyrus, of course, again, to play Mad Mike. Essentially, at the very beginning of the film, the devil, this is the devil. The devil kills Mad Mike, sadly, and that I didn't want to do that because I wanted to continue Cyrus's character, but I realized I needed to take something away from Ryder Austin to give him pain, to want to fight. So when I took Mad Mike away, you can see it in Ryder's eyes, Ryder Austin's eyes, that he wants the devil gone. He wants revenge.
When I found out about it, I was thinking in my mind, what's he gonna make me do?
So Ryder Austin goes on a mission to find the devil, but throughout the film, Ryder talks about his past and how he was a kid who had great imagination. The film is called Imagination Enthusiast because it had my brother pretending to be like a superhero. There were flashbacks where younger version of Ryder Austin was a Spider-Man, he was a Jedi in Star Wars, he was being all of these superheroes, and then all of a sudden, Ryder Austin, the younger version, loses his imagination and realizes that imagination is lost. And my brother did a really good job at portraying him being very upset and crying. There was a scene where he cries in the bathtub because he doesn't want to play with toys anymore because he lost his imagination, and my brother did a really, really good job of that. So that kind of gives Ryder Austin, the older Ryder Austin, his backstory and why he's kind of grumpy, not fully happy.
If I want my story to be 10 years long, it will be fucking 10 years long. So shut the fuck up and listen to my story. Now, who was I?
In the film Jose releases all the information about the devil. So now the devil is the most wanted person in the country. But at the end of this film, the devil kind of frames Ryder in a way, we see at the end of the film, and the whole country thinks that Ryder Austin is now the devil. So Ryder Austin is now the most wanted criminal in the country with $500,000 on his head. Every cop and every criminal wants him so they can claim the prize. And well, I'll talk more about that when Ryder Austin comes back in a film called Ryder Austin Searching for Reason in April 2021. There was one thing about my little brother as we make films. We made a short film a few years ago called Kid Venom, and the short film made 850,000 views, which was a bit uncomfortable. When I saw that, I decided that I didn't want my brother to be on YouTube anymore, because that's 850 people who have seen my brother. And although it's all love, and everyone loved my brother, I still didn't want him to be on the internet. And I told my brother that. He wasn't having it. He was crying and everything. He was not having that. So I came to a deal with Ryder. I told him that we would make a mini web series based on the younger version of Ryder Austin, and he would have a little part in Ryder Austin 2, and then he's done on YouTube, because I don't really want him to grow up in a world where essentially everyone sees him, because they see me, they see my brother, and I'm not too comfortable with that.
My reaction to being told I wasn't allowed to be in videos anymore because I was getting too old, I was very mad. And I kept on begging my brother to let me be in Ryder Austin too.
So obviously when I came to a deal with making a mini web series with my brother, it would release the same year as Ryder Austin, Imagination Enthusiast, and it would be about my little brother, or it'd be about the younger version of Ryder Austin. It wasn't have anything to do with Oze or the devil, it was just pure comedy. The first episode, because we came up with these like on the spot, like just instantly we came up with these on the spot, just like whatever came to our head. The first episode is my favorite. It's called Ryder Learns to Swear. And so Ryder's watching a TV show and they have swear words in it. Obviously when I'm filming, Ryder doesn't actually swear. He says the words fudge, shift, and beach. And then in editing I just beep them out so it sounds like he's swearing. So the first episode has a clip where Ryder is watching TV and someone says the F word. So he calls up his mum and he says, "Mum, what does fudge mean?" But obviously I beep it out so it sounds like the F word. And his mum on the phone is like saying, like, because she's panicking, she's like, "Oh, it means thank you. It means thank you," like, because she doesn't want her son to know that what swearing words is. So Ryder says to his mum, "The F word means thank you? Oh, okay. Well, fudge you, Mum. Fudge you so much."
It was where I had to swear, but I didn't actually swear.
Mum, what does f mean? Because I saw it on the TV and this word just came up and it said f. I want to know what it means. Yo, Mum, I just had another word on TV. It's shift. What does it mean? It means poo? Okay, thanks, Mum. Holy moly, this is a massive
What did you say instead?
I said fudge for the F word and I said shift for the SH word. When we first made it, I was nervous and a little bit excited.
Let's just say, of all the help that Ryder's gotten from all these films and web series, that Ryder's going to get a pretty hefty Christmas present this year, so I'm sure he'll enjoy that. So early next year, before Ryder Austin 2, I get gassed about it every time I hear it, but there is a movie called Infinite Time. It's about two kids who find like a necklace that gives them the power of time travel. So you have all these other films, it's like fighting and all that stuff, but this is where it gets a bit mad. They team up with Ryder Austin, so I'll be in this film, I'll be in Infinite Time, and they actually go back in time to each and every single film. I've told my brother about it, my brother loves it, and I've been working on this film for 4 years. Originally, the main character's name is Samuel Time. Samuel Time was actually supposed to be in How Fast is Scarlet, but with the whole 2017 emotional thing, I took them out to give it more of a personal story on Ryder. But Infinite Time's finally coming out next year, and I'm so excited because I will, myself, Ryder Austin, will be going back in time to the very first Hellfast to change a bit of history in it, so I'm very excited for that. So basically how I came up with this whole idea to do all these films connected together was to, like a formula I made, like a tree. You start off with the seed, and then of course that seed turns into a tree. And then of course, like most trees do, they grow up branches. So you grow up branches for the trees on each side. And sometimes those branches will grow some big leaves on each side as well. And then you might even have like a little birdie that wasn't there at first but decided to join the party to connect himself, and then eventually all the birds and the leaves and everything all connect to the top of the tree, which is the end, where everything comes together. And obviously you've seen this person throughout each film, but by the time you get to the top, you'll know exactly who wears this mask. Only I know now. So it's a secret for now, but by the time you get to the end, everything will just be connected, and it'll be a satisfying ending for it, and for me as well. And I think my main goal for all of this, not even just these films, but just for YouTube and everything, is if I can inspire just one person, if I can inspire at least one person, then I know I've done my job. So that is my universe. Got the